Hey YouTube, doing a video here on a, this is a Toro, looking at it upside down, Toro recycler, 22-inch personal pace. Rear wheel drive, okay. This mower, I got this mower, the personal pace did not engage. It was a grinding noise. Read about it. I will say this is the first time, and maybe the only time, that I'm going to work on one of these Toros, this style vintage here. This is this 2333 model number. Don't know exactly what year that is, but there's a number of things on this model that I don't like, but I'll save that for another video where I'm going to compare this to an older recycler and also to a super recycler. There's some things on here that are still nice in the Toro line, and then there's some things that they did that aren't the best. One of them is this metal gear and this plastic gear on this wheel. Now, the ones that were on here, these are new. You can see these teeth are perfect. This is new. In order to fix that grinding noise, I bought 2 new wheels and I put it on here, and it ran, or the transmission worked, and the wheels turned. So, but since that time, I found out that you can get a metal gear, which is like the older recycler mower that I have, and then you also have to change this because the teeth are different between the metal gear and this tooth pattern versus the metal one. So you can't use this gear, you have to change this out. If I was going to do it, that's probably what I would do. But there's a couple things that they did here on these mowers structurally that weakened the overall mower itself versus the older recycler. And like I said, I'll get into that later. But anyway, I put those wheels on and it worked, and it seemed to be okay, except that every now and then, I don't know, it just didn't really seem to be meshing right. I mean, there's no damage in here or anything, but I did some research, looked up some stuff, and what they said was that, if you look there, try to get the right angle of it, between that gear and that plate, right here is where the wheel's going to bolt. So really, move this. I don't know if that's better view or not. I think it was a little better the other way. Anyway, since that, you got one point where the wheel is going to go. It's a little easier to demonstrate with actually putting a bolt in here. Okay, so that's how that axle is going to spin. All right. So if you look at that, I mean, I could take an actual measurement here and here and between here and here, which I'll probably do before I put it in there. But what I had done was I just looked at this side, and this side seemed to be the same. Now, when you look at this one, it looks a little more up, down, straight. And there is a difference because I'm just going to use this tip, right? Now this is where the bolt goes in. Okay, I'm going to check this point. So I'm going to put the screwdriver in here. As you can see, might be hard to tell, but I'm right here. Okay, so it went in about that far. All right. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, it might be hard to see, so I'm just going to mark this. That one went in that far. So even with that crude measurement, you could see there's definitely this plate is sitting closer to here than it should. So that causes this bolt, which is really the axle, to be out of alignment with this. Now, I've read about this online. Some people have put washers in here. Some people have stuck something in back here to jam this forward. I don't see that that could possibly work. I mean, it would work, but then you wouldn't be able to adjust your height because it'd be just jammed in here. So what I had done over on this side here was got a pry bar in here. This is the point really where of interest. Can't quite even get in there because there's a bolt right there, but okay, you can see, watch, now this is flexing. Focus. See that top bolt? Top bolt is flexing. So right there, just roughly speaking, without getting a measurement, is about parallel, okay? So I'm gonna need two hands to bend this, but that's the idea. I'm gonna try to force this back and bend that, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay. So I got that bent out. Let's try the screwdriver, which I seem to have lost. Okay, let's try this. Well, like I said, we only had that little bit of that tip in there. About right there. Okay, now I'm getting in that far. So from here to there. So you want to get that axle in parallel with that wheel. So let me put that wheel on there and try it out. Okay, so I got the wheel back on, and I didn't do a picture of it before, but you can kind of see that I think the wheel itself looks like it's more straight and aligned with the body. There is that little clunk of sorts. I mean, it is meshing, but it definitely does seem to be better. So, as I said, I think the problem here is just the structure of this mower. It was made maybe a little cheaper. Some of the underside parts that were in here on the older recycle are in here. And I think there's just a lot more flex in this machine as it's being used. So as the weight's on here, the wheel is trying to propel, and you're trying to move the mower, you know, you're getting this sort of torquing action like that, and it's causing that to come out of alignment. So I think that at least is going to let that wheel and that bearing in there, that gear, last longer. I've heard some people say they got new wheels, they put them on, and you know, they wore out right away. I would think that that was more you know, another issue rather than just the, you know, just the gear itself. So anyway, yeah, if you have one of these, make sure you check that out on there. So okay, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks.